Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Twitch, and welcome back to another video. Before we even begin, I'm sorry for my mic. It was a little bit too close. I hope it's a lot better now. But I'm working on some things. So I'm been fucking around with the editor and shit like that. So you might see a little bit more work put into these videos, but I'm starting off with a big one. What I will be making videos on is my LSD experiences. I had plenty of them, and I had a lot. I have a lot of stories to tell. This is going to be part one of I don't know yet. I'm gonna say this is going to be part one, and there's gonna be at least 3 parts to this, or because I had a lot of experiences, but I don't know if it's worthy of telling, like talking about those stories. I don't know if it's too interesting to y'all guys, so it might be just chopped down. But this story I'm about to say, tell y'all today, is one of my favorites, and it was when I was, I think this is like 3rd or 2nd time trying LSD/acid. So one day I was smoking some weed, and I had the urge. I was just looking around, fucking around, and on the internet, and I was like, I don't know what came in my fucking head, but I was thinking about. I'm like, I looked up LSD. I'm like, I've been hearing people talking about it. I had some peers try it and shit like that, and I wanted to look it up, and just look up some shit about it, because this is the first time. This is like 2nd, 3rd time I tried it, I believe, but I just went in like blind in at that point. But I wanted to look up more stuff about it, because it interested me, and so I looked it up and everything like that, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna pop, let's say, about 2 tabs. This is the first. Always usually pops like, it might have been 3 tabs, because I was tripping balls. I'm gonna have to ask my my peoples how many I did, because this was all in one FaceTime call. I have people. I'm gonna give them fake names, obviously, but we're not even getting into that right now. We're talking about how I got this shit. So I'm looking around, and I knew that one of my people were doing it. And said, "Hey, could you get me some acid?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, I got you. Like, it's gonna be Now sometimes it depends. This is it depends on who you buy it from. Sometimes it could be 10 a pop or 20 a pop. Depends on who you're getting it from. If it's being bought and resold, like it was here." For like, let me just say, if you're like making that shit or something like that, it's gonna be 10 a pop, because it's gonna be $10. But you could resell it for 20 if you get what I'm saying. I'm very bad at explaining shit, but I just hope y'all get the clear picture of what I'm trying to say. But so I was like, yeah, bet, I'll pay $20. I had the money. I was selling a lot of weed at this time. So I was like, I have the money. I can do it. I was like, bet. I got 3 tabs, and he said, like, be careful with them. And he cut. I don't know why, but he cut one of them up into little bits. I don't know why. I still don't know. He's like, yeah, like, you can microdose it and shit, and you won't be hallucinating if it fucks you up too much. And I'm like, bet. Even though I did it before, but I guess he just wanted, make sure just look out for me. So, like, he just kind of ripped them up. I didn't really stop it too, because I thought I'd be still tripping balls on it, but I didn't, because it's microdosing. You're not going to be hallucinating on that shit. But I still appreciate it, because he was looking out for me, you know what I mean? But anyways, I got the shit. He rolls up to the spot, and everyone knows about the spot. He rolls up, gives me my shit. I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks for the love. I go back to my crib, and I'm talking on the phone, and I'm talking. We aren't giving the names Rochelle, Nick, and Roderick. So I call Roderick and Nick up, and I'm like, "Yo, I got some LS fucking D slash acid." I just said acid, but didn't. I just said I just put it simpler. It was acid, but I was like, "I got some acid. Y'all guys ready to see me trip?" And they're like, "Bet, I'll be down for. I'll be down to be seeing you trip and shit." Cause they never seen me trip, and they never like. One of them was like, "Yeah, like it seems like fucking cool, you know what I mean? Like, seeing shit. it's just." It just interested them too. They never ended up doing it. I was the only kid that usually did all that shit. But yeah, I called him up and I popped the tabs right after we ended the call because it takes a minute for it to hit. You feel it hitting, like you feel it. I don't know how long it takes for. I know it was around 6 o'clock or around 9 o'clock at the time. It was at night. I always took my shit at night because if you're waking your folks up and you're tripping balls and you're just literally just spewing out caveman speech to them, they're gonna know something's up. And what I mean by caveman speech is like you're just so fucking retarded. You can't like you're not making sense. Is what I'm trying to say. So I popped the tabs. I popped two, I think. I popped two. And then I waited for that shit to hit. Once it started hitting, I was bumping this shit. I'm like just chilling. I'm seeing shit, and I'm like, it's time to call up my people. So I call up Nick and Roderick. I think I called him Roderick, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna say Roderick. And then I'm tripping balls, alright? This is the point where it just hits, okay? Like, I waited a good minute before I called them, and I was bumping to some music before I did, and, this is when it completely hits, alright? And, like, I'm seeing shit. I think my dog's in my room. I'm like, get the fuck out. But my dog isn't even in the room. And my friends were just laughing their asses off. And they're like, oh my god, bro, we have to add Rochelle to the call. I think there was another person in there. I don't remember. I completely forgot I was even on the phone call in the first place. But I'm just tripping shit at this point. I'm like, get the fuck out, dog. I just thought my dog was in there for some reason. But when it really hit me is when I thought I was in the Vietnam War. Alright, I'm like, the Viet Congs are coming. I was telling them that, I'm like, why y'all laughing? This is serious shit. The Viet Congs are coming. And I'm like, where's my fucking AR and shit? I'm talking all this shit. I'm talking about war. Which I've never been to fucking war, obviously, but I'm just talking all this shit like a crazy Vietnam vet and shit. I mean, like I was like seeing the Viet Congs are coming, and I just it was just fucking crazy. And they witnessed all of it. Rochelle, Nick, and Roderick. That one FaceTime call. I don't know how long it lasted. They said they wanted to quote unquote babysit me just in case I won't like I don't know, just do some stupid shit. But they were laughing their asses off. They're like, dude, you're like in your room. You're not in the middle of a war zone. And like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm doing good. But like, I don't know how y'all guys are not freaking out. It's like, I'm thinking I'm in World War II next. When I'm tripping on LSD, it's always so fucking different for me. Like, I could either be tripping my ass off so hard, and sometimes I'll be just relaxed. But I think that's just because my tolerance just goes up. But because it's been a minute since I popped these. But holy shit, I was just tripping balls. I thought I was in World War II. Quote, I said I was gonna laser and Frank, and we were, before we got on, we were talking about Fortnite, and usually, when you're like, you have pinpoint accuracy, and you're just lowering that bitch's health down on Fortnite, we'll say, we lasered them. So I was like, I'm about to laser fucking Anne Frank. I thought, when they said that, the whole call was just laughing their asses off. I was like, I still was so confused. I'm like, what's so funny? And like, I said my clips were empty. I was just so all over the place. This experience was the most weirdest one yet in my case. Like, it was the most weirdest one I've ever experienced. Like, I had experiences where I see shit and everything like that. And by the way, sorry for the terrible ass gameplay. I don't know what was wrong with me today. But anyways, it was just that this experience, I don't know if it was because it was my third time doing it. I don't know. Like, this one was just so fucking different to me. I didn't really get it. So I'm tripping my ass off. They like, okay, like we're gonna be hopping in bed and shit like that. I'm like I remember the way I said okay to them. I'm like, alright. I said it like that, like a complete fucking idiot. So they're hopping off. I'm cooling down now. I'm drinking like my some good ass Sprite. And then I call back Richard. I'm like, yeah, hey, like, he didn't answer at first because he thought I was still high as fuck. I don't know how long this was after. Like I said, I don't even know if it was somewhere around 6 or 9 o'clock. All right, that this took place, and it ended off around like 2 or maybe even 1. I really don't remember. I'm gonna have to ask them. But I was like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like, I barely remembered anything at that time. Now I do, but because I'm thinking about it more clearly. But at the time, I was like, what the fuck happened? He was like, yeah, bro, you were talking about Vietnam and shit. I swear to God, you was about to drop your credit card information on me. I'm like, because that's how fucked up I was. And I was like, alright, I was like, damn, bro. And that was the experience that made me love LSD. I recommend it. I don't give that shit to my friends. I'm like, if you want it, you find it. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of dude to give it to my phone, unless I already know they be smoking that shit. Like, it's weird for me. Like, it's long and complicated, and that's just a different story for a different day on why I do that shit. But anyways, yeah, that was the experience that made me love LSD so much. It is literally right next to weed. And I have a tier listing that I recorded, but the recording fucked up, and I couldn't record the drug tier list, sadly. But I'm gonna do another version of it. It's gonna be kind of awkward-ish, but it's gonna work out. I'm gonna make it work out. Because I really want to do this drug tier list. Because there's a lot of like stuff and experiences I want to talk about. And that concludes part 1 of my LSD experience. I have another story popping out for y'all guys tomorrow. I'll see y'all soon. Like tomorrow. Like, y'all guys don't be dropping this, but stay safe, love y'all, and peace out. And I'll catch y'all next time.